Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try to get your life together, you always end up coming back to the same exact spot that you started? Because that's the exact dilemma that I have been in for probably the last 6 years, and I am tired of it, so we are going to do something about it. So we're going to do things a little bit differently this time. Not only am I documenting everything so that I can have some kind of forced accountability, because honestly, otherwise I'm not going to do it, but also so that we can kind of create a roadmap here. We can see what actually works, and we can figure out what we need to do to actually make a change in the future. So I broke my goals down into 6 different categories, and over the next 6 months, we are going to tackle every single one of these goals in every single episode. And we're going to do it in a way that's practical and aligned and actually feels doable, because I swear to God, the second that I get overwhelmed and the second that I can't actually commit to something, I'm going to crawl in a hole and I'm going to mope. And apparently everyone on YouTube has the same ideas as me, because I've been seeing so many of these videos. I'm pretty sure that the OG is a girl named Kiara Ivola, which ironically is the only one that I'm actually like locked into her journey. So I gotta give credit where credit's due, because she was the first one that I saw post something like this and do any kind of experiment like this, and I am obsessed with watching her journey. So I'm hoping to give some kind of a similar vibe of going on this journey with me and having a structured plan and just leveling up in every single area. So in order for me to complete this, I broke my goals down into categories, and then inside those categories are different goals that I have set up, and then inside those goals I actually broke everything down into actionable tasks, because that's just kind of how we do everything around here. And my goal is to complete at least one task towards a goal in every single category for each episode, because I feel like that's going to be enough of a challenge that I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting me excited for it, but it's not too much of a challenge that I'm gonna get overwhelmed and then rot and be upset that I failed. But before we get into our first task, if you don't know me, my name is Haley. I'm a certified personal trainer since 2021, and I post fitness, mindset, productivity, self-improvement content, everything here on this channel. So that's exactly why this challenge was kind of a perfect little segue for me, and something that could really align with me and get me to where I want to go. So real quick, let's dive into my Notion dashboard where all my goals are, and I'm going to go over pretty much all my goals here, give you kind of a summary of the why behind some of them, and then we are going to tackle a task in every single category. So these 6 categories that I have are beauty. This is going to be any physical appearance goal, anything around dressing better, doing my makeup, getting a beauty maintenance routine, anything like that is in this beauty category. Second one is going to be body. This is going to be any of my physical goals, like I have be able to do 10 pull-ups on here, or taking a Pilates class once a month, anything that is centered around me improving my body. This is also going to be things like eating related goals, so I need to add in some kind of a protein goal here and just really lock in on that. So that's going to be in the body category. Bonds is basically relationship. Obviously I love alliteration. I am a slut for alliteration. Anything that is a good little alliteration moment, I eat that shit up. So I had to make this all B's just because obviously it fits and it's cute. So bonds is going to be my relationships with other people and my relationships with myself. So this is going to be a lot of self-care. It's also my relationship with my boyfriend, my relationship with my friends. Anything in that category is under bonds. For brain, this is going to be anything that is mindset related, education related, really just trying to level up and also working on healing in this area as well. Then we have my budget goals, which is pretty self-explanatory. This is going to be anything that is around actual budgeting, any money that I get in. And then the business category is anything that's related to my business, which for me, I just launched my app. I actually launched my app this week, 2 days ago. So this was kind of the perfect time for me to start doing something like this, because I really want to see if I can take it somewhere and get it to actually improve. So a lot of these goals are centered around getting more people on the app, doing marketing, some social media type goals, because that's obviously kind of a part of it. And that's also going to go into some personal brand growing things as well, because I think that's really important when you're trying to launch a brand on social media or anything like that. So a lot of the goals in this category are just centered around that. But if you want to do this with me and you're like, oh, I don't have a business, this could be anything that's career focused or side hustle related, anything in that realm that is how you make your money. That's going to be in the business category. So let's just run over some of these goals really quick. For beauty, we have things like have a steady maintenance routine. This isn't going to be something that's going to be like, oh, I checked it off, it's good. It's going to be something that I'm working towards, but just having it up there as a goal is going to help me try to stay on that a little bit more, because there are certain things like doing my nails, I am not very good at. Doing my eyebrows, I'm not very good at. And I do think a little birdie told me that I think I might be getting engaged this year. So I need to be on top of my nail game because we can't have that happen. So this needs to happen right now. Along with that, I want to find a makeup routine that works for me. I want to create a capsule wardrobe of basics that are really basic and will last me a really long time. And for those, I want to try to buy only secondhand or good quality basics. And then I also have on here to look into Botox because I grind my teeth really, really badly, and I heard that it can help. I don't really know. We'll see about that one. For body, I have be able to do 10 pull-ups, hip thrust 350 pounds for 10 reps, take a Pilates class once a month, take a yoga class once a week, take a cycling class every other week, eat veggies once a day, get better at golf, and then I'm going to add in a protein goal of eating 130 grams of protein every single day because I've been slacking and I need to get back on that. For bonds, I have to have a date night once a month with my boyfriend. I want to plan one big trip with my best friends. I want to have a staycation. I want to do a self-care night once a month, have a once a month get together with friends, and I want to plan an anniversary trip. For brain, I have restart Spanish classes, read/listen to 50 nonfiction books. I want to buy Grace Beverly's business course because I think that would be a really great resource, and just like getting inside of her brain would just like be a dream. I love it. So that is definitely gonna be a big one that I'm saving up for. I want to get my nutrition certification. I want to read 20 fiction books, take a coding class, get back into meditation, and start journaling again. For budget, we have saved $10,000 in my emergency fund, save $500, I wish it was 500, save $5,000 to quit my job. I do work a 9-to-5, which is soul sucking and I hate it so much, but I'm trying to obviously save up the money to quit that so that I can go full time on my business. That is kind of going to be one of the really big markers for me, where if I hit the end of these 6 months and I actually did that, I will be so excited. I will be like, okay, I successfully completed this journey. I want to pay off my credit card. I want to invest $2,000 in just this 6 months. I want to create a consistent budget, have 2 no spend months, save $1,000 for Christmas gifts, have less than 12 Amazon orders all year, and less than 2 Shein orders all year. And then my favorite category is business. So I am going to try to get 1,000 subscribers in my app. I'm going to try to launch a new fitness or mindset program every single month. I have on here just continue upgrading the app because I had to have some kind of goal to place all of the little miscellaneous things that I have as tasks under. So that's just kind of on here. I want to hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is lofty because bitch, I think I have like 72 right now. So we have big dreams around here. I want to post 2 videos a month on my app YouTube channel, which I did make a channel specifically for the app. So I'm going to post things that are more like tutorial-esque and more just like, I don't really know. I haven't fully figured it out. I think I want to do just more like, this is how to use the app. This is the app, things like that. I need to do some research on what other people do around that realm. I want to hit 500,000 followers across all 3 platforms on all 3 accounts. So I do have 3 separate accounts on Instagram and TikTok. I have my personal pages, my podcast pages, and my app pages now. So my goal is for across technically all 6 of those accounts, if we're counting 3 and 3, you get what I mean. I would like to have 500,000 followers across all of them. So then I have relaunched my t-shirt line, which I did used to have with my old business partner, and that is some lore that we will get into at another point. And lastly, I have make $10,000 in my business bank account. So lofty, you know what I mean? Like, this is some crazy shit, but we are going to just get right into it. So I think we're going to start backwards today because anything in the business category I can do while I'm sitting here at my desk. So that is what we're going to start with. So like I said, I did just launch my app on Monday. I am in the beta testing realm. We are doing 4 weeks of beta. Then it's going to be official hard launch. Everyone is a full-blown paying customer at this point. During the beta testing, you get 4 weeks for free, and then you can choose to pay if you want to after that. But so because of that, I need to step up my social media game. So my app page needs to be on it. I need to have a full-blown strategy. I need to have some posts made. I need to ideally make some posts today. And yeah, that's, I think, the main goal. I think that's going to be a big thing because I can't get any subscribers on my app if people don't know that it exists. So let's get right into that. I like to plan my content by actually seeing it. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I have ideas that I've been pretty much writing down and making for the last year. Because if you want a little bit of lore, I did drop my app a year ago on Valentine's Day, and I did it and it sucked. It was like the worst thing that I could have ever created, so I had to fully scrap it and then fully rebuild it from the ground up. So I have so many content ideas because I've been writing things down for like the last year or so, and so they're all right here. And I have the ones that I know I want to start with because they're kind of the easiest content to make. So that's what I'm really gunning for at the beginning here, especially because, again, I do work a 9-to-5 job, so I need to have content that's pretty easy to flesh out. And so for easy content in my book, that means things that are like B-roll with just text on screen, or carousels that I can just make in Canva and add pictures to and stuff like that, or talking videos that are just really quick and easy and not a lot of editing, just pretty simple, because that is just what my style is and that's what I like to watch. So that is what I create. So before I put them in the actual calendar of what day they're going to go on, what I like to do is just make the cover pages for each one of these, because I want my Instagram app page to be really cohesive and just honestly aesthetic. Like, at the end of the day, I like aesthetic Instagram pages, so that is what I'm going to try to make, because I wasn't doing that before. If you go back on my app Instagram page, it fucking looks disgusting. It's so gross. Everything looks so not cohesive. It kind of looks like a third grader tried to design it in Canva, and it's not the vibe. So we are rebranding. We are fully doing all of this over. So what I'm going to do really quickly is make all of the cover pages for these 20 or so Instagram post ideas that I have. So what I did was I just made the covers for every single one of these posts that I plan to post in the next month or so, and put them in the order that I want them to be in. So now that they're in an order and they're kind of curated in the way that I want them to be, I can actually add them to the calendar and pick the days that I want to post them. So I think I'm trying to be realistic here. That's my main goal, is that I really want to be realistic. I am just now fucking realizing that I was talking to the viewfinder this whole fucking time. Can you tell I haven't made a video in like 2 months? Because Jesus Christ, that's fucked up. Am I gonna scrap this? No, because we're improving. Because next time, I'm not gonna look at the viewfinder, because we're leveling up. Anyways, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with 3 days a week of posting on my app page, and that's it. That's what I'm gonna start with, because that's something that I know that I can commit to, and I think that it'll be good. So I'm gonna start adding these little guys in here. Now this is the easy part. Remember, I don't have any of these actually created yet. These are just the cover pages for all of these. So I'm going to, once I have them all scheduled, I'll be able to prioritize like what needs to actually be created first, and then we'll go from there. So this is good. This is perfect. This is wonderful. And I think maybe, okay, so like now I had a lot more content than I realized already kind of created in my mind. So I'm like, do I up it to 4 days a week, like mid-April? Should I challenge myself to do that? I don't know. That's like a possibility. Let's do it. Am I gonna regret this? You know when like you're planning something and everything sounds like a way better idea than it actually does in actuality, and so you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and then I'm gonna like have all this stuff and I'm gonna complete everything, it's gonna be so fun, and then you actually go to do it and you don't succeed in any of it. Yeah, like what if? Let's stick to 3. Sticking with 3. You're sticking with 3 days a week that I'm going to post on this page. Perfect. Okay, so now I have all my content scheduled out through the end of April. Exciting stuff. Big day for me here. Now I have to actually make it. So because I have it all scheduled, I know that the first things I need to make are an app tour, which I think I'm gonna do like a green screen moment for that. And then I have a talking head video that I've actually already filmed, so that's gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Then I've got to do a B-roll reel, which is gonna be just like how to build a consistent morning routine. Bunch of B-roll, text on screen. Not super hard, pretty simple, I would say. And then I have a voiceover video that I need to film in the next week. So because I feel like I've just spent my entire afternoon on this, we need to move on to another goal. And I'd say that was progress. That was pretty good. We're gonna obviously have to make the content, but this is a step in the right direction. I took a step towards not only getting 500,000 followers, but I took a step towards getting 1,000 subscribers in my app, because they're gonna see these posts and they're gonna be like, oh my god, I want to be a part of that app. Lie to me, tell me that's what's gonna happen. So for budget, we need to do something in this category. That means I need to make a budget. Let's see, I think I have one in Notion. I'm pretty sure I purchased a Notion tracker. That I did. I think I definitely did. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at this later, and we are going to go back to do another goal. Okay, so I'm gonna take some time to look at that budget probably this weekend, and then I will update you on what my budget actually comes out to be and what we're working with here, because I don't have a lot of money to budget, to be honest. I don't make that much money, so it's gonna be interesting trying to create a budget for brain. Which goal do I want to tackle today? Let's see. On here, I do have read 20 fiction books on here. I have a book that I started. It's called Sharp Objects. It's right there because I haven't finished it yet. I think I can take 10-20 minutes to read that tonight, and that would be a step towards my goal. And I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. I think that would be really great. So that's what we're gonna do. For bonds, I have, these ones are like hard because I can't do it, in like one day. But I have to have a date night once a month and to plan an anniversary trip. I am actually not having to plan an anniversary trip because my boyfriend told me that he planned one and he won't tell me where we're going. So I think I can check that off. Even though I didn't do anything, I'm considering that a win because technically it's done. So making steps in the right direction. I also do need to have a self-care night. Probably this weekend, actually, I think, because we're going to a wedding next weekend and I need to look my best. I need to be on my shit. This is actually the first wedding that I'm ever going to ever. So I'm excited, but I want to look perfect, wonderful, 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? And I did just dye my hair a few days ago. So I feel like I'm in kind of a mid glow up realm, if you know what I mean. So I think that this weekend I'm going to do my nails, I'm going to do a little face mask, and I need to paint my toenails because I'm going to be wearing open-toed shoes. I need to make a list of all of my glow up moments, and I'll just add those little clips in here as I do them because I can't do them yet because I need the nails to be fresh before the wedding, you know what I mean? And I want to do a face mask right before. Maybe I'll actually do a face mask like tonight or tomorrow. That way if I break out from the face mask, it'll be gone by the time I'm going to the wedding. So many things. There's so many things to think about. Also, guys, I have a weird rash. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, you probably can't. Actually, yeah, it's still there. Don't know what it is. I was leaving the gym on Sunday and looked down, went to take my selfie, as I always do because I'm a Leo. I can't go to the gym without taking a selfie. Are you kidding me? Take my selfie, look in the mirror, and I go, what is on my stomach? Just dots everywhere. Like red little dots everywhere. All across my stomach. It's all over my whole torso up to my neck. No idea what that's about. So hopefully that's gone by next weekend. But we shall see. I'm not really sure what to do about it. I decided that if it's still here Friday morning, I'm going to go to urgent care and just be like, help me out. But yeah, not really sure what to do about that one. For the body category, so on here I have to take a Pilates class once a month, yoga class once a month, and cycling class every other week. So I actually just got ClassPass like 2 weeks ago because my friend was in town and she had ClassPass and we wanted to go to a yoga class together. So I got ClassPass and honestly, I love it. I am a big fan. So what I'm going to do right now is actually just schedule some of these classes and then I'll technically be making steps forward. That'll be something I can check off because so far this month I did 2 yoga classes and I don't know if I did a Pilates class this month or last month. I honestly don't remember, but I didn't do it through ClassPass. I did it like just through a community class. So let's see what I can find here. I want to try to find a Pilates class first. My favorite Pilates place in Arizona is the Workshop Pilates. Absolutely obsessed with it. That's the place that I went a few weeks ago. And it's so hard. It's honestly impossible to get in on ClassPass. I don't know if they just don't do it or what, but they show up on ClassPass, but everything's grayed out. Like even when you look at it right when the booking window opens, completely grayed out. So I don't know what that means or why they do that, but it's really rude. Very, very rude. So I always like click notify me anyway, just in case something pops open, but I don't know, and I don't have very high hopes. So next one I'm going to look at, there's another Pilates class close to me that does reformer. So I'm thinking I'll try to get in for one of those. Okay, I'm considering this a half win. I booked a cycling class for Sunday because that was the only one that I can get, and I'll have to check again in the next few days to see if something opens up or when the next booking window opens. That's the really annoying thing about ClassPass, is that the booking windows are so quick. Like you have to just, it's like fighting for your life. You have to be like, oh my god, I have an alarm set for this time so that I can log on and then try to see if I can book this class, which is crazy. But I'm considering this a win. We just booked a cycling class, so that's a plus here. I need to update this little tracking that I have so that it will accurately show me how many classes of each one of these I'm actually taking. So I'm gonna do that, and then it'll be cute and I'll be able to see all my stuff, you know what I mean? And last but not least, in the beauty category, what can we make a step towards today? Like I said, I need to make a steady maintenance routine. So what I need to do is I'm actually just going to write down all of the maintenance things that I want to do, and I'm going to put this on my bathroom mirror so that I can see it, and then I will always know what I need to do and what day I need to do it. But because I'm like me, I need to do a little brainstorming first. So I need to think through all the things that I want to do. So I need to do my eyebrows once a week. I need to pluck and dye. I'm pretty good about hair masks. I don't really need to write that one down. I do need to do a hair oil treatment. To do it every other time that I wash my hair. I go get a wax. I get my armpits waxed, my lower legs waxed, and I get lash lifts pretty much like once a month or so. Lash lifts I do like every 6 weeks. I actually have that this weekend, and I think of what other things I could do for myself. Let me know what your beauty maintenance routine is so that I can add things to my list. Anything that I'm missing that you think actually makes a difference in not only your appearance and how you look, but things that make you just feel better. Like I love doing things that just make me feel like girly, you know, where I'm like, oh my god, this is such a girly pop moment. I love doing a face mask. I love a little bubble bath moment. Like anything in that realm, let me know so I can add it to my list, because this doesn't feel like it's like a big maintenance routine. I need to self-tan. That's what I need to do. Okay, so I should do the self-tan after I do the body brush, right? That makes sense. We are official now. So Mondays, I'm doing my eyebrows, plucking and dyeing them. Wednesday nights, I'm gonna do the body brush. Thursday morning, I self-tan because I just have one that you leave on. Thursday night, I'm gonna do a face mask, and then every other wash, I do an oil treatment. I'm happy with that. That sounds doable. That sounds like something that I can stick to. So I'm gonna put that on my bathroom mirror, and we're gonna see if I actually live up to it. Okay, now there's one last thing that I wanna do, because I just thought of this while I was planning all the content and making the cover photos and everything like that. So I don't know if you've seen, I'll put some examples on the screen here, people who do like carousels on Instagram, like the swipe posts, and they have like a text box sometimes from like their notes app or something like that, paste it over top a picture of something else. I really like those. So what I want to do is actually make them to where the text post that I'm posting is actually coming from my app. So I'm gonna make a thread type blog thing on here, and then I'm going to add a few posts that I can clip up and turn into swipe posts on Instagram. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense, because it makes sense up in here. So let's do that really quick. I'm having like the most minor dilemma ever, but I'm really debating on what I should call this, because I want it to be kind of like a blog post type thing, but just really short, like under 5-minute type things that you can just read and be like, oh my god, I learned something, you know what I mean? But is it cheesy to call it Brain Gains? I don't think it's cheesy because so much of my app is centered around brain and body. So I feel like that's not cheesy, but I could also call it like Daily Dose, you know? Something also equally cheesy, but like kind of less cheesy. I don't really know. I'm really debating. I think I'm gonna go with Brain Gains, and then I can change it later if I want. Let me know if you think one is less cheesy than the other, because I don't really know. I feel like I'm always too close to it to know what's actually cheesy or what's not cheesy. You know what I mean? So we're gonna call it Brain Gains, and I'm just gonna deal with it for now. I just want to make a few of these so that you can see the vision, you know? Really get what I'm putting down, you know? Okay, so I hope you see my vision here. So I'm thinking like clipping little parts of it, putting them on an overlay on like an Instagram post. Anyways, that's the plan. I think it's gonna be very cute and gonna make for some fairly easy content, which is what I need right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is just try to batch create as much content as I can right here and try to get maybe 2 weeks worth and just schedule it, get it done with, and then I'll be good to go. So I think that is where I'm going to leave you today. I feel like we made a lot of progress. I'm very excited to see where this goes and what happens, and to just kind of keep track of things. I'm a slut for any data, for keeping track of things, for progress, all that stuff. So I'm very excited to kind of just go on this journey and see what happens, and just to keep progressing every single week, because I think that if I stay on this route and I actually do everything that I say that I'm gonna do, and I actually try to make progress towards each category every single week, there's no way that I'm not going to be a different person at the end of these 6 months. I really hope that you want to come on this journey with me, and if you try to do the same thing and you want to break your goals down into categories, let me know what all your categories are and what your biggest goals for each one of those categories are, so that we can do this together, because nobody wants to do this alone. I know I don't. So that's why I'm documenting all of this, so that we can feel like we're doing this together. And if you're on this journey and you're posting on YouTube as well, comment below so that I can watch your videos and we can just be like little YouTube besties and follow each other's journeys. But that is all I've got for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you are on this little journey with me. I am on all other social media platforms under Haley Lene if you want to connect and see a little bit of the behind the scenes smaller stuff that I do on a day-to-day basis. And that's about it. I'm so excited for this, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.